So this is going to be a kind of impromptu interlude kind of video. So I'm kind of in a random location, not really with anything in mind besides more of like clarity, kind of a perspective. It's kind of ironic. Me, somebody who's like a devout, extreme introvert, could find it more comfortable speaking to a camera now. That just goes to show you, put anything and put your mind to, slowly with time it'll progress and you'll get better at it, as the expression goes, which is so poetic, the one that I enjoy the most: patience is a virtue. And that's kind of what I've been really, what's the term, knowing more and more, trying to go through this pursuit of success, this pursuit of excellence with this whole entire Conviction clothing line. It's been a grind. There's always been there's a lot to learn with that whole entire thing. It's a lot of problems. It's a lot of adjustments that you need to pretty much navigate and really figure out along the process. But that's pretty much what everybody tells you. There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be struggle. Nothing good comes easy. And like I always say, you want adversity, because the way you come back from adversity, that builds character. And it's also kind of funny. I had one of these similar videos filmed, and it was one of my most extreme, one of my most vulnerable videos that I've ever done. But be God, divine intervention, I don't know what happened, but as you can tell, sometimes my technical expertise is not the best, and I kind of broke my other SD card that I had that portion of the video filmed, and was never able to really put it to light, or really bring it to light and put it out there. And it's kind of a beauty in disguise, because I was essentially really defeated, really broken at that time. It was a kind of tough moment that I filmed. Glad I filmed it, but wasn't able to really show the rest of the world that too. And that just goes to show you that sometimes it's better to hold back and really know what you're trying to say, and really ponder that too. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But the main reason why I wanted to get this video out, film this video, is to talk about this pursuit, this quest to be better than before. You know, I'm pretty transparent. 3 years ago, I'm almost gonna be 29, so essentially 4 years ago, 25, I was still living at home with my parents. I had a job, but I still didn't have a job when I was 25, because I got furloughed, and that's when I went to Turkey, pretty much get a hair transplant and do all that other stuff, and kind of like slowly progress in life. And when I turned 25, close to 26, and finally moved out, I moved out with a veracity, moved out with an intensity, and kind of took life with that same veracity, that same intensity. And the double-edged sword with it is, it helps you navigate life. You progress more and more at a rapid pace if you set that baseline, that intensity. As you can tell with my exercises, all this other thing I do, I work out with intention, I work out with intensity. And over time, that intensity, that veracity, as the expression goes, you need balance in life. Because if you're going at 100 miles per hour, that tank's going to slowly deteriorate, and your baseline level is going to be just empty. And that's kind of what you feel when you're doing this pursuit too. You know, they talk about the expression fulfillment, and I believe you get fulfillment from the small things in life. Looking around, just looking at nature, how it's all intended. Because living life through a screen, or living life by only trying to be productive and the societal term of productive that could just be misconstrued by so many things. But if you're constantly doing that and you're not looking after yourself, and it takes away from yourself, you become unbalanced. And the thing that I always talk about is balance. You need balance in life, because if you're slowly steering away from the main thing in your life, which is yourself, what are you left with? Just an empty vessel of yourself. And I know I'm speaking to the camera and trying to talk to people, but I'm actually just talking to myself and really reminding myself that I need to look after myself, look after this vessel. Because if I try to lead with example and go at 100 miles per hour, like, yes, it will get you to where you need to be, but at what cost? You know, I always talk about Alex Hormozy and how he has extreme views on everything he's done, and it's helped him reach his level. And he's talked about that too. But in a recent podcast, he's talked about the downside of it too, and how it's affected his health, how the toll has affected himself. And he slowly veered away from that extreme and kind of took that time more back to himself. And that's because he had balance in life. And you can feel it too when you're unbalanced. Something's going to be off. It could be this health scare, you feeling differently, stuff of that nature. You won't really know until you really go at that level. You really push yourself to that level. And I could say I've been pushing myself to that level on a consistent basis. But at the same time, the double-edged sword is there's a lot for me to do. But it's going to take a toll. But I need to find that middle ground. And that's with life in general. And that's with everything in general too. I think everybody can relate to that too, but just to a different extent. And like I always say, I kind of want to just use this platform as a vessel, as a memoir. And I'm going to put this one out pretty much essentially raw and organic. Obviously, I'll splice it up a little bit, put some music on it, you know, little touches, do little touch-ups, little details. But this is going to be kind of offset from my usual normal videos. And even my usual normal videos are just random. Well, not random, but they're just very much different from one another. But it's telling you a story pretty much also. But this is my natural story, my natural self, and just kind of want to show that on camera, be that kind of philosophical self. And the ironic thing is, what is philosophy besides just common sense worded differently? And kind of want to leave you like that, and kind of express this whole entire pursuit that I'm doing right now, and share that part of it too. How it could be an empty pursuit in the long run if you're not balanced. Like, even for example, I was thinking about doing this video too, except I had to get the tripod out, make sure it's filming, do the whole entire mic, and by the time it comes out, it doesn't come out as organic, as genuine as I want it to, but it's still something that needs to be said, and something that needs to be shared. And I'm looking around because I hope I don't get kicked out, so I'm probably gonna leave you there. If this resonated with you, if I gave you some more input, if you found value in this video, be sure to like, be sure to comment. And as always, it's been your boy Coach Ed. Tired of shit, but I'm getting this out. See you later.